Issue number 16 of the Mighty Morphin comic by Boom Studios begins once more in the past. Zartus is surprised to learn that Zophram wants to add another Guardian to the team. The reason for this is because Zophram thinks someone needs to watch Zartus's back, much like how Zartus has Zophram's. There are rumours that the Elders are going to make Zell the next Supreme Guardian. Zophram says that's unfortunate because he believes the only people who should be handed unlimited power are those who are reluctant to take it. Zell, on the other hand, wants that power. Obviously, Zartus wanted it too. Zordon then arrives to report to Zophram. Right away, Zordon is the complete opposite of Zell. Power and responsibility are not really the things Zordon cares about. So that's how the trio of Guardians was formed. Returning to the present, Zordon, Zedd and Zartus continue their battle in the Caves of Deception. With the last shard of the Zeo Crystal, Zartus is able to manipulate its energy, something he learned from the former protectors of the Zeo Crystal. Using this knowledge to his advantage, Zartus is able to weaken Zedd. It's clear now that Zartus spared Zophram after he touched the Zeo Crystal because of his deformity. Having another villain wanting to destroy Eltar would convince the Elders to grant Zartus unlimited power. Zordon tries to attack Zartus, but he is knocked away. Zartus then plunges his weapon into the back of Zordon's suit, presumably disabling it. On Earth, the Horrid descend. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers get a quick lesson into what the Horrid are and how they're connected to Drakon. The Rangers can't be too concerned with the Horrid for now, and so they concentrate their energy on the Empyreal. The efforts fail to have an impact on the Empyreal, and then we see someone teleport onto the scene. It's Drakon himself. At first it sounds like Drakon wants to strike another bargain with the Empyreal. He wants to offer himself and the Horrid to assist the Empyreal with the destruction of Earth and other worlds. However, the Empyreal wants nothing to do with them. Drakon anticipated the Empyreal would refuse his help, and reveals the real reason he's here is so the Horrid could feed off the Empyreal's energy. The energy-sucking vampires latch onto the Empyreal and start to drain its energy. To the Rangers, it looks like Drakon is here to save them. The Empyreal survives the Horrid's attack and destroys them all. Drakon is disappointed. Returning to the moon, just Zartus and Zedd are left. Zartus is about to kill Zedd, and we hear the story of the Chaos Demon Vitara again. It mirrors the events here. Zeon and Vitara battled endlessly until Zeon finally fell from exhaustion. Seeing his chance, Vitara leapt in for the kill, but it was a trick, for when the monster neared, Zeon seized a crystal shard and plunged it into the beast's heart. Zordon is Zeon. Having a robot suit meant he was protected from the effects of the Zeo Crystal, as he stabbed it into Zartus, presumably killing him in the process. Back to Earth now. The Empyreal is able to cut the Thunder Megazord in half. The Ultra Omegazord tries to take the Empyreal from behind, but the Empyreal grabs the Ultra Omegazord and tears the head off. That just leaves Matt and Tommy standing. They try their Tiger Tail strike, but that also fails as the Empyreal defeats them too. The Rangers knew they wouldn't be able to defeat the Empyreal. This was just a distraction, allowing an old friend to sneak up on the Empyreal. This friend is the Blue Emissary, as he rips the Empyreal apart. And so the world is saved. I must say, when Zordon defeated Zartus, that felt like a truly heroic moment as he grabbed the Zeo Crystal and stabbed Zartus with it. The Emissary ripping the Empyreal apart though, that was a bit anticlimactic. And Drakon? He says he's even with the Rangers now and teleports away as he has an entire universe to torment. What happened to Zordon is a mystery. The Emissary isn't sure what happened to him. Zedd is left standing over Zordon's robot suit. So what will happen to Zedd now? It's clear that this comic book series has diverged away from the television series canon. So will Zedd continue being evil knowing that Zartus played him long ago? The comics can do almost anything now. When Boom Studios first launched the series, this was supposed to be able to fit in with the television series canon, albeit in a modern day setting. In other words, not the early 90s. Ever since Shattered Grid, things greatly changed, and this comic book universe is now its own thing, with a few nods to the source material. There is still one issue to go in the Eltarian War, so let's see how that wraps up the storyline.